Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. We like to call this Wednesday wind down because it's time to chat. I didn't grab myself wine. What was I thinking? I just grabbed water. I think I'm gonna have to go get myself something. But I'm talking tonight with my really good friend Lauren. Hi Shannon. Hi Clarissa. Hi Carolyn. Shannon, you know Lauren quite well. We used to be coworkers, and now Lauren is in New York, and I'm here in Los Angeles, where it is still bright outside. And I'm just really looking forward to talking with Lauren about what it's like right now in life in New York. And Shannon, I'd love to talk to you one of these nights too about being a quarantined mom as well. Hi Hava, hi Kayla, hello friends. Ooh, I'm so sorry. Flipped me around. I was just trying to wave at you all. Hi friends. So Lauren should be joining us in a minute. And oh yay Shannon, you'll have to definitely. We'll have to do this with you maybe a couple Wednesdays from now. And that goes for all of you guys. If you have a conversation you'd really like to have about what it's like to be a fat girl in quarantine, a mom in quarantine, living in a place like New York in quarantine, and you just want to hang out and chat and have some girl time, let's do it. All right, Lauren is here. Okay, I'm going to bring her in so you guys can get to know Lauren too. Some split screen action is about to take place. My girl Lauren. Hi, there you are. Oh my gosh. Hello, beautiful.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, you look amazing.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome.
Hi. Oh my gosh. Hello, hot pink and glitter.
Oh, Denise. That's Denise Michelle is my cousin. Hi, Denise.
Hi, Denise. Oh my gosh. Wait, Lauren, you look so beautiful.
You know, that's why I asked you. I said, what can I wear? What are the rules? And you said, wear what you want. And I have no excuse to get dressed or go anywhere. So I got dressed for you.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for the hair flip. Can I get a close up of those earrings, please?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Gorge. Your makeup looks beautiful too. And so does your hair.
Thank you.
Words of affirmation are Lauren's love language.
They actually are. That is my love language, followed by acts of service.
Oh.
What's your love language?
I think it's quality time.
I think your love language is a mix of quality time and touch. You're very like you always want to hug and you want to snuggle.
It's true. I do always want to snuggle.
Yeah. I think those are your. Hi, Shannon. I miss you too.
Shannon, we miss you so much. Oh, just want to give you a big hug. Of course, because I'm a toucher.
Wait, I feel like I look naked because I have on a shirt. I do have on clothing.
Please show us your whole fit since I know you've got it going on.
No, I literally have on this shirt and no pants. So you do not want to see the bottom.
But the shirt's cute.
Yeah. And you're wearing your tie-dye.
Oh,
this is the tie-dye you made, right?
You do actually want to see my whole look.
I do. I'm sure that
you really do. So we've been tie-dyeing a ton. Mm-hmm. We've been playing around with all of our, oh my gosh, Denise said I thought you were naked. Not quite.
Wait, I need a better, maybe I'll do this. I'll do this angle. This is better.
Me too. No, Lauren loves an off-the-shoulder moment. Hello.
I love showing my shoulders. I feel like your shoulders are like the equivalent of showing your boobs. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe this is like medieval sexy. I don't know. So just like
just a little shoulder. No, I'm totally with you there. I think that like a little shoulder action can be super sexy.
Yeah.
Hi, Kate. Okay, wait. I do want to show you my whole outfit. So
please.
Kate knows I've been tie-dyeing up a storm. You don't even want to look at my nails because there's like a little bit of dye still on them that I just can't scrub off. But
have you tried acetone to take it off?
No, I should.
Yeah, acetone will take it off.
Okay, I'll do that because I've just been like scrubbing my hands. Mm-hmm. And I was like, maybe I'll just put nail polish on top of it.
No, that's such a bad idea. Don't ever do that.
It's kind of like when you're like, it smells bad. I'm just gonna Febreze. It's like it doesn't actually take care of the problem.
No.
Yeah, that was my theory. But so we've been tie-dyeing like crazy. All of our fun made in LA Ori shirts and also my entire wardrobe. So Yeah, you do want to see it. All right. I'm going to move you so that you can see it better.
Show me.
Unplug my phone. So many cords. Okay. I hope you're excited.
I am excited.
Okay. Moving you with me. Hello. Okay.
Are we going to a mirror? Is that what's happening?
No, I'm just trying to find a space so you can see my full body.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you can't. Can you see the whole thing? Look.
Oh my gosh. You look like little clouds.
I got white pants too. So I got crazy.
Oh my God. It's very fun.
Super fun. I've been like, I'm telling you, I've tie-dyed my entire wardrobe. So guys, get pumped because we got some Ori tie-dye coming out.
I'm here for it.
Thank you.
I thought I would not like tie-dye, and I was just like so against it because I knew that it was a trend actually. So for spring 2020 or summer 2020, like tie-dye was supposed to be coming back as like a big thing. And I was like, no, don't want to do that. Terrible idea. Please don't ever make tie-dye clothes. And then the more I started seeing it, like certain color combinations where it's like more tonal, I'm like,
yeah,
I could kind of get into that.
It's like an updated tie-dye.
Yeah, like when it's like the rainbow where it's like neons, and I don't like that. But like how you did it where it's just light blue and it's white. Like that's cool.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there. I like the new updated and like all of the like pastels and yeah, I'm into it. Lauren, I want to know what it's like to be quarantined in your studio apartment. Tell me everything. How's it going?
So I actually have a 1-bedroom.
Oh, I'm sorry. And your 1-bedroom apartment.
Which makes no real difference. Actually, my apartment's a pretty decent size for New York. But it's been very interesting because I am living by myself. My family does not live far, but because, I want to make sure that I'm following all the guidelines and the rules of making sure that we're, social distancing. I haven't seen my sister. I haven't seen my dad. I haven't seen my cat.
Oh, wow.
Since the second Sunday in March.
Wow.
Which is basically almost 2 months from like now at this point. And so it's been a very long time. And in that aspect, it's been hard. Because these are like interactions you kind of take for granted because these are people, like I was visiting my dad's house, even though I had moved in October, I was visiting his house like 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
Just like casually go see my cat. I might do some laundry, I might make dinner, I might clean something up, I might, organize, like whatever it is. I was just there because it's just a part of my life that has always been a part of my life.
It's family. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so when you are not able to do that, it's weird. It's like a very weird feeling because it's a part of you that's just like, so like it's ingrained in you,
Yeah.
So it's been hard. I think the advantage obviously is that we have so much technology. So we have our, Instagram chats, we have our text message chats, we have FaceTime, we have house party, we have like the Netflix watch parties. Like there's so many different ways. We have communities like Ori, you guys actually stepped up and started doing all of these like cool things to make programming for women in your community. So that there is that interaction so people don't have to feel so alone. So that's great. It's a lot quieter in the streets, I will say, at least where I'm at. I live in the Bronx. So in my neighborhood, it's been a lot quieter than normal. Outside, inside, noise galore, kids running around, screaming, loud music, banging, whatever.
In the building that you're in. Yeah.
Exactly. Because we won't know where to go.
Everyone who's watching, let us know where you live and what it's like there. Because I feel like it truly does differ everywhere, right? Like,
oh yeah,
I mean, New York, you're living in a large building, so your neighbors are above you and below you, and you can hear them all the time.
Literally, and actually, it's been such a contrast because in my dad's in his apartment, there's so much soundproofing, like you barely hear anything. Like you can hear things if you're in the hallway from like door to door, but once you are in the apartment, you hear nothing. I do not hear my neighbors talking. I don't hear them walking. I hear nothing. Like you have to get real up in the, in the wall to like hear somebody. Where here, it's like I can hear my neighbor from downstairs sneezing.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
like
nuts.
Not the neighbor that lives like directly downstairs, but like across the hall downstairs.
Is it like a particularly loud sneeze or?
Like, there's been times I've been in my room at night, I'll close like my door is closed, everything, and I could hear, like, she'll just let out the loudest sneeze, like full mouth. And I'm like, girl, it is 12 a.m. Tell your sinuses to get it together.
That's too nuts. That is nuts. So what are you doing to fill your time? So I guess to everyone who doesn't know, Lauren lives she said in New York City. She lives in the Bronx, in a building where she lives in a 1-bedroom alone. And she's been quarantined alone for what, like almost like 6 weeks, 8 weeks?
I think it's basically been like 6 or 8 weeks at this point. Yeah.
Because do you even observe time anymore?
I stopped observing time, to be honest. Like, there was something I had to do today, and when I scheduled it, I didn't even think about what day it was, because they were like, oh, on Wednesday, and I was like, oh, isn't today Tuesday? That's tomorrow. I don't want. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, no, it's not. Like, what day is it? What is time? Like, none of these things make sense anymore. So yeah, things that I'm doing to occupy my time, obviously, you have your entertainment. So lots of Netflix I've caught on.
Time is a social construct, Denise. It is. I mean, it's always been a social construct, I suppose, but now it's like, it feels very abstract.
I actually, not to sidetrack too much, I had a thought the other day. I was like, is daylight savings canceled this year? Or this
no, it already happened.
Like, are we doing that?
It already happened.
Did it?
Yes.
Wait, did spring?
It happened like the weekend before we were all in quarantine.
I see?
I know though, but that's what's
what about the fall though?
February.
Is that one going to be canceled?
I guess Denise says it was February that happened. For some reason, I thought that it was like right before. Yeah, like early March, late February.
Is fall daylight savings, like when we fall back, is that going to be canceled? Can we reschedule that?
I don't think I've heard anyone cancel daylight savings time.
It's a social construct. We can literally do what we want to do. It's canceled. Like, this whole
we make the rules now. We decided daylight savings time is canceled, or we're only going to be on daylight time forevermore. Whatever it is.
Whatever it is, to be honest, like, this entire year we need to go back to the factory reset button, and like dial it back, because like it's been a mess.
It's been a mess. And you're living alone and you're not working right now.
I am not working right now. So I left my job in January, and I was taking time to myself and, to figure out like what I wanted to do next, and, just actually like take a break. Lauren taking a break.
Yeah.
But I've always been working, like, since 19. Like, I've always had a job. I've never not had a job.
Yeah.
And so I've never known like what it is to have space to like figure life out and actually like enjoy your time alone, enjoy, the opportunity to do whatever the hell it is that you want to do on a Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And so it was actually interesting, because like, as I'm doing this and I'm like, job hunting, obviously, in the process, all of this starts. And so then you're in this space where you're like, okay, so now I wanted to take some time to myself, but now I got like too much time. Like, this isn't all the time that I wanted to take to myself. So the job hunt has been very different. It's been very interesting to see. Obviously, our economy is, going through a extreme change right now.
Yeah.
And so companies that may have been hiring have put hiring on pause. Mm-hmm. Companies that were hiring no longer are hiring because they are having financial issues and they cannot hire.
Right.
And so you start seeing jobs disappear, but then new types of jobs reappear.
Right.
And so it's kind of been this thinking and like readjusting as to like, okay, so I can't be of service in this way, but can I be of service in this way while still being in the same frame of like, what are my skills? Obviously I'm not going to go out and say like, I want to be, in charge of admin at a hospital or something. Like, no, that's not what I can do. But
yeah, not in your skill set. I think that Lauren's internet's breaking up a bit, but while she's gone, oh, there she is. She's back.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, you just like went away and then you back.
But yeah, that was just me ranting, but saying all that to say that like there are jobs that are changing now. There's a shift in like what is available, and then also like there's this very interesting like this dynamic where it's like before you would think like, oh, I don't want to do that job, that's beneath me, or I can't do that job because it's above me, and you're starting to see that like no job is more important at this point than the other. You know, like people that would kind of look down on a grocery delivery person, it's like now that's the most important person in your life. You know,
right,
so like
it's true. Wait, I have questions for you about oh no, Lauren, she's cutting out again. No. Lauren, I can't see you right now. Oh, there you are. Yay. I wanted to ask you about groceries in New York. What's going on? Like, do you go to the bodega just to like save lines, or are you like, what's it like? Are you standing in crazy long lines just to get some groceries? Are you getting just like Instacart delivery? What's your plan?
So a lot of people I know are doing like Amazon Prime. They're doing Instacart. I go to my grocery stores. There's a few different grocery stores that I go to. My local grocery that's like a block away, I've been going there more than I usually would. It's more expensive.
Yeah.
You know, I was like going to Trader Joe's all the time and saving so much money, but now you can't. It's not convenient.
Right.
I can't just get on the train. I mean, I can, but it's not a smart idea. So I do go to the
So are you
here
avoiding
and there.
all public transportation or?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And as about everyone that you know, I mean, I know Shannon lives in New York too. Everyone you know avoiding all public transportation, even though it's still running?
For the most part, yeah. Like people that I know that need public transportation to get to work because they're an essential worker, they're still doing that. But the rest of us are just pretty much that I know are staying home.
Wow.
Where they need to go. If it's not local, they're not going. Or they're, you know, doing like Uber or, you know, like a ride share, but not, you know, not like a pool, but just like riding by themselves.
Yeah. And Shannon says she's walking everywhere. Yeah, I totally believe that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Lauren, I'm going to kick you out and then re-invite you just because it's kind of going a little wonky. Sound good?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to kick her out and then bring her back. Sorry, guys. Denise says she's walking and staying in her neighborhoods. Yeah. And Shannon says walking everywhere too. I feel you know, those of you guys who know me know I used to live in New York not that long ago. And I feel really just like so blessed to be here in LA and have a car that is my own, that, you know, other people aren't in all the time. So I can get myself places without feeling compromised. Right. I certainly don't take that for granted. And those of you guys who are like me and are living someplace where you do have a car, I think just like recognize how great of a privilege that is right now, because a lot of people in big cities like New York are having like to really figure out life, right? Walking every single place that they go and avoiding all public transportation and even are afraid of Ubers and cabs. So it's an odd time, I think, for all of us, but I think goes a long way to recognize the privileges that we do have and like the space that we have. Everyone else who's like tuned in, Lauren, I'm trying to invite you. I don't think it went through. I'm going to invite you again. But to everyone who is tuned in, let us know where you live and what it's like where you live. And if you have anything going on that you want to talk about. Oh, she's back. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I miss you so much, Lauren.
Super sorry. I'm like literally sitting right next to my my Wi-Fi router, so I have no idea.
You live in New York, you know? It's evening when everyone is online. I get it. There's a lot of people on the internet in New York City right now. Wait, so do you have like, do you have appointments that you're going to? Like, are you, or are you just mostly just holed up at home?
I'm mostly holed up at home. I've had like video interviews and things of that nature, but I know a lot of people that are doing, they're doing like teleconferencing or what is it, telemedicine or something like that, basically for their doctor's appointments. If it's something that you can speak to your doctor about via video conference or something like that, they're doing that instead. But I'm pretty much just trying to make sure I don't get sick so that I do not have to go to the doctor. I actually went to the dentist in like early February. Nice. And so I'm like, all right, I'm good there.
Good
making sure I'm brushing my teeth so that nothing happens.
Yeah. Wait, and so for people who don't know you, you're kind of a germaphobe.
I'm very much a germaphobe.
So how are you handling, like, when you go to the bodega or to the little market, the corner market down the street, like, are you like Clorox wiping every individual item, like, before it comes into your home? Like, tell me what's going on.
So I actually do have a whole routine.
Oh my gosh, tell me everything.
So I do, obviously, like when I go to the supermarket, I have an N95 mask. I make sure that I am staying within, you know, at least 6-7 feet away from people. And that's also a good thing. My local supermarket is very strict right now. A lot of the stores here have guidelines where you cannot enter the store without a mask. And so stores like Target have that guideline. They're only letting certain numbers of people in at a time. So they're cleaning the carts consistently.
It's not like the here in LA, if you're anywhere, you need to wear a mask, and stores definitely won't let you in. And most stores really have like tons of signs. But in New York, are people just walking with no mask on? Are they hanging out with no mask on and then putting something on just to go in?
I've seen both. Okay. I've seen some people go to the park because there is a local park by me that I was going to. So I've gone there like maybe like I went from going 3 times a week to once a week now. But when people are there, they're still walking around with their masks on to go into supermarkets and to Target and things like that. People are, if they don't have a mask, they'll put it on before they go inside. Like they will not let them inside at all. So it's actually a good thing. And for the most part, in larger stores, people are taking heed to the staying, 6 feet apart. Unfortunately, I've seen some cases where I was in the supermarket and people were in there without their mask on. And it was kind of like the rest of us were like giving them the side eye, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, why do you think that it's okay for you to not do that,
Totally. Hi, Maxie. And hi, Katie.
Hi, Maxie.
Wait, can you walk me through your routine of what you do when you get things from guys, Lauren's a germaphobe, living in New York City in a pandemic.
And what's funny is that it's not funny, but like once all of this started, everybody's like, I need to wear gloves and I need to wash my hands. And I'm like, these are the exact same things that I've been telling y'all to do this entire time and nobody will listen to me.
Lauren doesn't share food. Like she doesn't do that. So wait, what do you do when you get home with your groceries or whatever? Do you wipe each one down? Like what's your routine? Tell me.
So actually, when I come in from outside, the first thing I do is take my shoes. Always something I've done, but now instead of I have like a cutoff point, it's like I cannot go this many feet without my shoes. So I take the shoes off. I have a station that I set up in my
hanging on for the words.
And I will have like a plastic bag laid out. And so I wipe each item down. And once it's wiped down, I'll put it on the plastic bag because that's like the clean space. And obviously, and I wipe it down with a disinfectant that is approved by the EPA that kills the coronavirus, and make sure that you're using the correct time that is needed to kill the virus or any kind of bacteria, etc. And then I'll put away. There are certain items that I will not wipe down because I'm like, if I know I'm not going to use this anytime soon, it's just something that I needed, I might just like leave it out and then put it away. If it's paper, you leave it out for 24 hours.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's like 36 hours or something like that.
Wow. Wait, Shannon is laughing, and I want to know, Shannon, what do you do? What's your method? I mean, Shannon's a mom of a really young kiddo, so I'm sure she's taking crazy precautions as well. But I'm just curious I mean, because I really, truly, I keep saying like how grateful I am to not be in New York right now for this, because I, get some space in my own car, and which I think just helps in so many. Sorry, back. But I want to know what you guys all do. Like, what's your grocery store thing? If you get an apple, you're not going to wipe that down, right? Like, Lauren, you're not going to wipe down an apple that you take home from the grocery store.
So any kind of fruits and veggies, I actually soak it in a vinegar mix for at least 20 to 30 minutes.
Wow, really? Wow. Okay. So Lauren is staying safe. Shannon says she does pretty much the same. She also takes everything out of the boxes. Wow, like frozen waffles, and then puts the bags in the freezer. That's a good call. So you just like with your gloves on or whatever, rip open all the boxes, and then the bags are safe, but those boxes gotta go. That's smart. Cool. Wow. I am not doing that. I'm like just washing my hands a lot. Now I'm wondering if it was a good call, but Shannon says it's definitely a whole process, but she's picking up some tips from LB. Hi Carol, thanks for hanging out with us. Aw. Lauren, can you still hear me?
I can hear you. You're breaking up for me.
Oh no. Guys, let us know if one of us is breaking up, because I feel like I don't ever know if it's me, and I'm sure you don't ever know if it's you, Lauren. Wait, also I have a really important question to ask you that I've just been dying to ask. Are you dating in quarantine? Are you swiping on guys on Tinder right now? Did you hear what I asked, Lauren?
You asked about dating.
Yes.
I try to do Tinder. It's just as bad now as it was when there wasn't a pandemic. There are a lot of people that are looking for the conversation, and then there are people that are still looking for sexual activities. Despite it being a pandemic, they really don't care that that they're or I shouldn't even say over. Once this has calmed down, once this has gotten under control, then we meet people. But there are a lot of people that just don't understand that. They don't care.
Yeah, that's so funny. So. Tana says, looking for quarantines. I love it. I love it. Wait, so what is it like on I don't know, on Tinder just in general for you? Like, are people like quick to like be weird and fetishy, or are they like pretty regular degular? Just nice.
It's a mix of both. Yeah. I've had a few good conversations, and I had matched with a few people that ended up actually being really cool. But there's always going to be fetishy guys on there. I actually updated my profile specifically to say I am not looking for sex right now. Literally just looking to establish a conversation with somebody until this has passed, and then we can like meet up for dates again. And I've seen more profiles like that.
Yeah. It just feels prudent, right? To try to not be swapping spit right now feels like the smart thing to do.
Yeah, and actually what's interesting is that I've also run across people that have told me this is not real. This guy that I matched with said, "Oh, you think the coronavirus is a real virus? LOL." And I was like, unmatched.
Interesting. That's hilarious. Everyone who's
Okay,
here and
sir.
tuning in, let us know, like, are you dating in quarantine and what that's like if you are? Would love to hear. I'm just curious because I'm, well, in a long-term relationship, so I haven't been, but I just feel like it's such an odd time for dating. Like, I just don't understand what, how to make that work, and or even if you're just in a relationship where you're not quarantined with the person, your partner, like that seems really really hard too. How are you navigating that? If you guys are tuning in and have any feedback, let me know. I feel like that would be just like crazy and hard, but you know, you can make it work,
What's
I
also
suppose.
interesting.
Dating is always odd, says Tana.
What's actually interesting is that I thought that this would be a good opportunity for people to leverage their actual personalities because you are not going out to meet people in person. And if you were somebody that was looking for, you know, somebody to converse with and actually like get to know them, like this would be the perfect time, right?
Yeah.
And that has not necessarily proven the case, at least for me. At least for me. I know a few other people like Tana. Tana's also my friend. That are trying to navigate, you know, this space, and it's just weird. It's weird.
Yeah, real weird. I have to also ask. I'm sure you've seen all those quarantine 15 like weight gain memes going around, and I just want to know your response because Lauren's always got a great clap back.
Honestly, I think it's stupid. It's just dumb. It's like this, of all the things that are happening right now, if your biggest concern is that you might, not even saying that you might put on a little extra weight because you're at home, you're safe in your house. If putting on 5 pounds means that I am not going to have this disease that I have no idea that how my body is going to react to it, I could survive it and be perfectly fine. I could die. I could be in the hospital for a very long time and then end up with other health issues because of it.
Right.
That supersedes 5 pounds.
Absolutely.
Or 10 pounds. And to be honest, it's like, in my opinion, if that is your concern, there are other things that you can do while you're at home to keep yourself healthy, or, you know, whatever health looks like to you. You can do that for yourself. It shouldn't be like you shaming people into like, you should be doing this and you should be doing that at home. Like, I don't know. I think it's unnecessary. I think people literally need to mind their own business. And I think there are bigger issues happening right now that are much, much larger than, you know, if, you know, if I gain 2 pounds because I've been eating too much pasta, then don't eat the pasta. Like, shut up. Leave the rest of us alone. Like, leave everybody else alone.
Yeah.
Shut
so how has your personal body image been doing in quarantine? Like, how are you feeling about your bod these days?
My body, so actually it hasn't really been my body because I haven't necessarily, I thought I was overeating, and then I started writing down because I was like, am I overeating? And like a couple days like in a row I wrote down what I was eating, and I was like, I'm eating the same things that I've been eating. Like, I'm not doing more, doing less. So like that was just a
in your
mental
head
thing.
Yeah,
I was like, this is a mental thing. But so my body, I feel pretty much the same. However, I was having crazy skin issues, and I'm still having skin issues because I have not been outside.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I feel like, you know, the amount of walking and activity that you do on a regular basis, at least that I was doing on a regular basis, and then always being outside, like at least once a day you're outside doing something.
Yeah.
And that just comes to a complete halt. And my skin just started getting very dry. I was having extreme breakouts, like bad.
Wow.
My hair was like coming out. My hair is still coming out.
Oh
like
my gosh.
Weird stuff like that. Yeah.
Wow.
The weight thing, I was like, my body looks the way it looks and it's fine. But like those things have really been tripping me out because it's a lot of stress.
Yeah.
We're in a high like stress, you know, time right now.
Big time.
I think my body is like really
your skin and hair are reacting. Yeah, to the stress.
They are reacting. My skin has calmed down. Thank God. When you messaged me the other day, like, can you do the video? I was like, perfect timing because my skin is actually behaving a bit right now. But if you had caught me like a week and a half ago or even last week, I would not have done this. I would have did this with the video off or something.
Wow. Really? It was that bad? Like, you were that self-conscious of your skin? Oh my gosh, but that's so not Lauren. Like, I feel like, you're my confidence queen over here.
Yeah, no, not with the skin I was having. I was not confident at all.
Wow.
It was bad.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. If you guys are watching and you've experienced something similar, your skin is just having a reaction, positive, negative, whatever, to quarantine, let us know. I kind of feel like my skin's actually been a little bit happier with me just because, like, I've been wearing less makeup. But, frankly, I'm outside often, right? Like right now, so that's that, exactly. Right? Man.
And I feel like if there's a lot of things that tie into skin, so it's not just like the things that you eat, because I still eat my fruits, I still eat my vegetables. I don't drink anything aside from water. I only drink water all day, every day. And so I attribute it to obviously the high stress level, the lack of, excessive activity, and then like your vitamin D, like just being in the sun, like it's not happening. Wow. So I think that kind of just changes the whole dynamic of your skin and being. I actually bought an air purifier, and I think that helped a little bit.
It's funny. I was like joking with you when we were texting about, you were telling me about your shedding, your hair problems, and I was like, oh my gosh, are you my cat? But it's true, actually, like when cats are purely indoor cats, they shed all the time, and then when they have more exposure to natural light, they shed with the seasons, right? So I think you might just be an indoor cat.
You know what? I think you are completely right. I've always thought I was a cat anyway, so I think now it's a.
If anyone didn't think you were already a cat, now it's been confirmed. Lauren Brake is a cat. She doesn't want you to come too close. You have to earn her love. You're frozen for me right now. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, you have to earn Lauren's love. You have to really like warm up to her before she lets you cuddle her, just like a cat.
This is true. It was a very long time before you hugged me.
Oh, can you believe?
It was a very long time.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's crazy. I'm sorry for your skin and hair. I want to like give them like a massage right now. And make your skin and hair feel good. That's so nuts to me.
Yeah. It's very interesting how the body reacts to all of these things. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like I can manage to deal with this if I am safe otherwise. So.
I think you cut out for me at the very end of that. Sorry. You're saying you can find a way to manage if that's all that there is, I think. I was having a hard time hearing you at the end.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying, is that like as long as other things are going. As long as everything else is like okay,
I'm sorry.
like I can.
Technology is ruining this for us.
It's
Thanks
fine.
for the hearts, you guys. Are there any, like, do you see any light at the end of the tunnel, or do you see any silver linings right now, or are you feeling kind of like stuck right now? Let me know. What are you feeling? Hi, Lauren. Other Lauren. Uh-oh.
I'm like, froze. Oh, things are great.
Well, and then if you guys who were tuning in, let us know
this
too.
This is a nightmare.
Sorry, what was that, Lauren? Man.
I said some days it feels fine, and I'm like, this is great. I can manage. We'll come out on the other side. And then other days I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to survive this, And then other days I'm kind of just like, well, we're just here riding it out, So I feel like it goes and it ebbs and flows, to be honest.
It truly does, and for me too. And it's a constant. I think for all of us, really,
it's a constant worry.
There's good days and bad days. Yeah, absolutely. It's so funny. But, the one thing that I was thinking about recently And I'm sure, are you there, Lauren? Hey, I think I'm gonna kick you out one more time and then join back in, and we'll see if that helps. Moved Lauren. She's gonna join back in a sec. I would love to hear from you guys. Have your days like ebbing and flowing, and do you see any light at the end of the tunnel, or do you see any like really good perks? Maybe you've been able to find something really fantastic to take up your time right now. That's a huge perk as well. I'm gonna add Lauren back in a second, and I'm gonna move away from this lawnmower that's happening over here. But I would love to hear from you guys too. Woo. Hi. Someone started mowing their lawn outside, so I decided I'd bring you in.
Okay.
Okay, so we're talking about like the silver linings and the light at the end of the tunnel, and anything good that you feel like has come from any of this. And hi, Thomas.
Hi, Thomas. Oh, what up, T-Dash?
What
up? For me, I feel like the light at the end of the tunnel, or like the silver lining, is people really getting to have the opportunity to be still. And as a Gemini, that's extremely hard for me, but it has been kind of sobering to say, like, okay, I am here alone. What is the universe trying to tell me right now? Does this mean I need to pick up a book? Does it mean that I need to call my grandpa more often?
Yeah.
Does it mean that I need to stop buying so much food, which I have? I haven't purchased food from a restaurant or, outside of my home aside from groceries in almost 2 months.
Wow.
And I was eating out literally every single day. You buy lunch, whatever. So you're spending so much money. So it's not that I don't want to support local business. It's just like financially for somebody that's not working right now, like,
right.
It's, it's a financial decision.
Hi, Rachel.
Seeing things like that, I think those are like positives for me. And there's obviously like the negatives that we always want to think about, but like I have to keep reminding myself of the good things, that like I'm safe, my family is safe, I am saving my money. It gets hard. You feel like you're losing your sanity because you're like, I want to go run in the park, or I want to not run. Let me not play myself. I'm going to go walk in the park. There's so many things that you want to do, but you have to remember that it's not just about you, it's about your community at large. So like me staying still right now, I think is, if one person is doing it, more people do it, there will be good on the other side.
Yeah. The one that I keep coming back to is just like how great Mother Nature is feeling right now, with all of us not traveling and not polluting the air. That I keep coming back to, that I keep thinking, for this whole time I was thinking like something's got to give with our earth and how rapidly we are destroying it. Something's got to give, and it did.
Yeah.
I mean, a pretty dramatic change. So that's like the one that I keep coming back to. Also, like, you said you're a Gemini. I'm an earth sign. Okay, I'm a Taurus. I'm like all very nature girl, outdoorsy person, whatever. But it is true. It's the one thing I keep coming back to. Just thinking about like how blue the sky is, how lucky we are to have such a blue sky right now.
Oh yeah, because you guys deal with a lot of smog out there in LA.
It's true. And there's so many less cars. I mean, traffic is almost non-existent right now. You can drive anywhere in no time, which is kind of fun. It's like, whoa, I've never been able to like cover this much ground in LA this quickly. So that's, kind of cool. Like my brother, who is just like a map nerd, who loves driving because he loves roads and streets. He's having a ball just driving around Los Angeles and being able to explore roads he hasn't driven on before. And I mean, that's truly every night after work, he hops in his car and explores a new neighborhood, just because he can. But, you can't really do that on foot, right? You can't really do that in New York. So that's hard. I just think that that's so tough. And I feel like I would go a little stir crazy. And I'd be up in your business, like DMing you every single day.
I mean, you could still do that if you wanted to.
I think I might.
Please do.
Oh, Lauren. Okay. I also had another question I wanted to ask you because it came to mind from my conversation with Jackie. Remember Jackie?
Jackie, how is she?
Oh, she's great. She actually tested positive for the antibodies test. So she survived COVID without even really necessarily knowing it. She just had a lot of like flu-like symptoms and then looked back on it and was like, I think I had this, and talked to her doctor, and then took the antibodies test, and turns out, yep, she did. And she survived it totally, unscathed as far as you can, really.
Right. Wow.
And it was kind of amazing because she was like, everyone keeps texting me, my family keeps texting me and messaging me and saying like, are you like, she lives in a studio apartment in Manhattan, and they kept saying like, are you getting outside at all? Are you walking at all? Because we're worried that you're just going to be sitting there and eating and not walking, and you're not going to be able to walk at the end of this. And she was kind of like, whoa, excuse me, like, I know how to take care of myself. And then people were also sending her articles saying that people of a certain size are more susceptible to the virus. I think it was really, it felt really good for her to kind of get the affirmation that her body is actually great. Her body fended off this deadly virus. She's
Right.
actually in pretty great shape, all things considered. So I think that was really affirming for her. But she's just had to deal, sorry, finding a spot. She's had to just deal with so much fat phobia throughout all of this. And I'm just so like disgusted by it. But then, again, I know that her being in New York City is a big part of it because like she was saying, she was like, I'm worried that at the end of all of this, that space politics in New York is going to be so extreme that people are going to be so worried that my large body is coming near them. And it'll be so much worse than how it already was. And she was like, it already was awful taking the subway,
Yeah. Actually,
So
I didn't even think about that. For me, somebody that hates a lot of people being near them to begin with, I was like, this is great. Like, I got space, 6 feet, perfect. Like, get out of my space. So I actually never, it didn't even cross my mind that like people would might possibly be more fat phobic. If anything, I'm like, this is great because like now I have, as a fat person or just a person in general, like now I have the affirmation or the confirmation, excuse me, that like my space is valuable. Like you need to be over there anyway. Like you don't need to be all up in my, in this space.
True. That's
so
a
I'm
very
like,
different
maybe
perspective too.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe somebody not wanting to sit next to me on the train when I'm getting back on the train, maybe that will be an even better thing now. And it won't be because I'm fat. It will be because they do not want to possibly catch COVID-19.
Right.
So I was like, maybe that's a silver lining. But no, she's totally valid in her feelings about people having fat phobic things to say, because there is this misconception that obviously you are fat, you are just automatically more unhealthy. And then hearing, that being obese does make you more susceptible to having complications with the virus. But not taking into consideration that if you are a larger body person and you do not have any underlying health issues aside from your weight, if you have a healthy heart, if you have healthy lungs, if you are eating the things that give you the nutrients that you need to boost your immunity, if you are somebody that is fairly active, like you run basically every day.
Thanks, girl. Thanks for thinking it's every day. It wasn't, it's not, but I did run today.
But I'm saying in general, for I don't know how long you were running every day. You were a highly active, fat person.
Yeah.
So for somebody to turn to you and say like, oh, you better watch it because like you're more at risk. It's like, excuse me, I'm actually a healthier person in this conversation,
Right. And I think that's what she was like, I have a great immune system. I fight off everything. She was telling me that in one of our chats actually last week and last Wednesday. And then she texted me the next morning and she was like, girl, I got my antibodies test. Like I tested positive. I'm just so proud of my fat body for fighting off this virus. Like, heck yeah. Which I think is it's just one of those things. Like I think we're just all so ingrained in this culture of what health looks like and what health means. And if you're fat, therefore you're more susceptible to get, I don't know, eye problems or
it's always something. It's always something. I remember going to the doctor one time and I kept saying that I had like an issue, like my pinky toe hurt or something like that. Like I was going for something else and I was like, oh yeah, and by the way, like I'm having this issue with my toe, like it hurts right here. And he was like, oh, it's because, you know, your weight, you're putting so much body weight. And I was like, really? Because like this literally just started. And then honestly, come to find out, it's just like the skin on, and I'm not even joking about this, the skin on my feet were like in between my toes was like really dry. And because of the shoes I was wearing, they kept rubbing together and I was actually forming a corn in between my toes. This is TMI. It's TMI. But I was like,
that's a New Yorker problem right there though.
Thank you. I was like, I'm walking all the day, every day in these shoes that are bad for my feet. And now I'm forming a corn in between my toes. And the only thing that this doctor could tell me is that I was fat. And that was why that was happening. And it's more about my feet being dry, the skin rubbing together, which literally happens and can happen to anybody.
Right. Oh, man.
And I'm like, well, thank you for not diagnosing my issue, like with something legit. It actually has nothing to do with me being fat. But anyway, it's true. So doctors, family members, everyone is so quick to diagnose you with, it's your size. It's probably your size. You know, and what's funny, you mentioned running, and most of the time no one says anything to me on my run. You know, they might like wave or say good morning or buenos dias or whatever. If I'm lucky, if anyone says anything to me. You know, granted, out of quarantine, I think during this pandemic, people just move aside and say nothing. But but one time I was actually running near my parents' house on the trail on like a bike path behind their house, and there were all these goats, which I was like so excited to see the goats. They do this thing, they move all these goats around. It's supposed to be really good for the earth and really good for the goats. Anyways, I don't know enough about it to talk about it. But there were all these goats, so I was really excited on my run to see them. And there was a mom and her son doing the same, you know, looking at these goats. And I jogged by, and then I, you know, on my lap back, came back, and I stopped to enjoy them. And the mom herself, she was a plus size woman. She was definitely curvy. I mean, she wasn't, you know, she was probably about my size. Like she was pretty close to my size. And she said, does your knee hurt? And I was like, no, why? And she was like, you need to be really, really careful. Your knees are going to hurt. She just kept telling me about my own body. She was like, are you sure? You shouldn't be doing this. Your knees are going to hurt. And it was like, I can guarantee you wouldn't be telling me that if I were thin. Right.
And
like, what?
Also, I don't have knee problems. I don't know what to tell you other than my knees are fine.
Yeah, that sounds like somebody projecting.
It's like absolutely. But that's often, you know, our health concern trolls are projecting. Everyone who is posting those fat phobic memes, well, they're just afraid because they actually gained a little bit of weight, maybe, and are terrified, right? It's so much of it is projecting, and it's just funny because it's like, wow, I am a fat girl working out, and most people would say like, good job, fat girl, for working out, and then, you know, you can't win, because then I'm also told, don't do that, you're gonna hurt your knee because you're fat.
Yeah. And this is why I say everybody needs to just mind their business. If you are not somebody's healthcare provider, if you do not know them personally, if I have not come to you expressing my health issues, there's literally no reason for you to assume that I have those health issues.
Right.
There is no reason for you to project your views on other people's health issues that you think might apply to me. Like, it's completely ridiculous and just needs to stop. Like, the only time you should have, I feel like the health issues that we should be concerned about is if you were out in the supermarket or you're in the Walmart and somebody's 2 feet away from you without a mask and starts coughing on you. Then you have a valid reason to be concerned about health, because that actually could impact you. Otherwise, mind your body.
Yeah.
Mind your body.
Yeah, I exactly. And don't project. And if you have a knee issue, like, don't place that on someone else. And also, you know, what grinds my gears the most is when fat people do it to other fat people, right? That is what kills me.
Well, it's a form of projecting, because, you know, those are people that also, you know, live in a space or have experienced fat phobia themselves. And so it's ingrained in them that they are the bad fatty, and then they need to warn the other fat people. And it's like, no, girl, like, we should actually be in this together. Hi, Kitty. And so, you know, you should actually be telling other people that are telling you these things to not speak that way, or, you know, to educate themselves a bit more, versus you taking that information in and then telling other people, like other fat people, like, matter of factly what somebody has told you. It's like, no, not every fat person has diabetes, not every fat person has a knee problem, not every fat person has asthma, not every fat person has hypertension, not every fat person has a hypothyroid, we don't all have PCOS, we don't all have, like, there like, and there are people that have those things, and we don't want to pretend as if they don't exist. But these are things that can happen to lots of different types of people.
Julia, I'm glad you like my cat. Yeah, no, I hear you on all fronts. And I think that's it. It to me, it's like, I always want to stand up for my fatter friend, and I always want to defend her. But also, you know, I feel like the few times where I have kind of gotten some kind of remark like that, it's almost always been from someone fairly close to my size. And it's like, girl, look at, I'm thriving on this run. I'm looking at goats on my run, lady.
Well, then that also to me means that, like, it could be a teachable moment. Some people don't want to be taught, and that's fine. But I think it's also worth, like, coming to her and saying, like, hey girl, like, we don't all have those issues, and don't project. Like, if you don't have that issue, don't think that everybody has that issue as well. And also, like,
or even just, you know, taking up space.
Exactly. Take up space.
Just
we're about to get kicked off because we're at 59 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Lauren, I love you so much. Everyone, thank you so much.
I love you. This was fun. Thank you. And sorry about connection issues.
It happens. You're in New York City, girl. What am I supposed to do?
Thank you, everybody, for joining. I know that I didn't get to, like, greet every single person that came in here, but you guys are awesome, and thank you for joining. And please continue to have the conversations with your friends and family, and stay safe. You're not, what's the saying now? You're not stuck at home. You're safe at home.
Yes, you're safe at home. And we'll be doing these every single Wednesday. We're just having a wind down chat, and I know Shannon wanted to do one, but if you guys are like, I want to chat, let us know. We're going to every Wednesday just do a little wind down. I know I'm not drinking wine right now. I'm just drinking some water, but let's pretend. All right, Lauren. Big hugs.
Hugs. I love you.
Love you so much. Bye,
Tell
everyone.
Joe that I want some ribs when this is all over.
Oh, I'll let him know.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.